Hi, welcome to my channel, Granny Annie Creates. My name's Anya, and today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely mushroom square, which is part of the Crochet Along Confidence Cardi. So I'm going to show you how to make this wonderful mushroom crochet square, which is part of our Crochet Along Confidence Cardi. So we're going to start with the base. So it's this lovely cream colour that we're going to work with first. We only need a tiny bit because, as you can see, the base is quite short. So we're going to slip knot the yarn to the hook, and we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our chain of 6. Now we're going to work into that chain, and in the second stitch from the hook, so not that first one but into that second one, we're going to do 2 double crochet. So it's the wrap around first and in, wrap around and out, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2. That's 1 double crochet. It's the American double crochet, and we're going to do another one into that exact same hole. So wrap around and in, wrap around, back out, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work the next 2. And then we're simply just going to do a double crochet into each chain all the way back down. So we did 2 in that first one, and now we're just doing 1 in each chain stitch all the way back down. And that's going to create the stalk of our pretty little mushroom. So we're just going all the way down, back down the chain that we just created, popping a double crochet into each stitch. And 1 more to be had there. And that's our little base of our mushroom completed. And so to cast off, you just cut your end, leave a little bit for sewing, and then pull that down through what's on your hook. Give it a little tug and it will secure itself. And that's the base of our little mushroom. So now we're going to create the pink bit of our mushroom. So we're going to take our pink yarn and we're going to tie it onto our hook with a slip knot. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to pop that one furthest from the hook back onto the hook and slip stitch down through what's on the hook, and it creates a lovely little circle that we're going to work into. So now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 7 double crochets all into that ring that we've just created. So the double crochet is the wrap around first and in, wrap around and out, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2. So that was our first double crochet, and we're going to do 7 of those all into the ring. So here's number 2. And number 3. And number 4. So yes, 7 all the way around this ring. And 5. I'm loving this pink yarn, it's lovely and bright. Number 6. And our final number 7 stitch. So we're not going to work all the way around our circle because we want this sort of just over a semicircle effect like that. So now we're just going to chain 2 and turn and then work back around the top of the mushroom again. So we're not doing the bottom of the mushroom, we're just working around the top. That's going to give us a lovely mushroom shape. So we're going to do a double crochet down into the base of that chain that we've just done, and then I'm going to do 2 double crochets into the next one. That's 1 and 2, 2 double crochets into the next one, 1, 2, and then at the top of our mushroom we're going to put 3 double crochets because it's going to fan out along the top of the mushroom. So there's number 1 and number 2 and number 3, and then just going to go down this part of the mushroom with 2 double crochets in each stitch. It's going to create this lovely mushroom shape for us. I like mushrooms and pixies and fairies and gnomes, all the whimsical characters. And bring out the playful child in me. Makes me think of children's illustrated books, mushrooms. So I'm just going to do 2 double crochets into that final stitch there, and that is the top of our mushroom completed. As you can see, it's a lovely mushroom shape. So we're going to snip our yarn, pull it through what's on the hook, give it a little tug and it will stay firm enough until we sew it. So that's the mushroom there, and that's the base of the mushroom there. So now we've made the mushroom top and the base, we need to make this square. And we're doing this one slightly different from all the rest. The rest we've worked around the motif. This one, it's a plain background and the motif is sewn onto the top. So we're going to start with the green for the grass, and we're going to tie on with a slip knot onto our hook. We're going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now we're going to do a double crochet, which is the wraparound stitch, into that first one from the hook. And we're just going to place a double crochet into every chain stitch along the way. And double crochet is the wraparound first and in stitch. I don't know if you can see how bright this green is, but it's lovely, really fluorescent. It's going to make our crochet cardi very bright, which is definitely what I want. We're just going to double crochet all the way to the end of the row, and I'll meet you at the end. So when you've double crocheted all the way to the end of your starting chain, we're going to give ourselves a turning chain of 2. So 1, 2, and we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to work a double crochet all the way back along our row, but we're not going to put one in there because that, as you can see, that starting chain works that first stitch. So we're in on that second stitch with our double crochet. So we're going to wrap our yarn around and pop it in, and the correct placement for a crochet stitch, unless your pattern asks you to go in the front or the back, is under these two bits of yarn because it holds it securely then. Whereas if you only go under one, it sort of makes it more lacy like. So we're going in under there, we're bringing the yarn back with us, we're wrapping round and working two, wrapping round and working two, and that's the double crochet stitch. So we're doing that all the way along. So into the next one, under those two, bring the yarn back with you, round, work two, round, work two. So we're going to work all the way along there to the end, and I'll meet you there. So when you've got to the end of your second row of double crochets, and that's the grass bit done. So we can tie on the blue for the sky now. So we're just going to tie the blue to the green thread that we've been working on. And bring that into the base there. I like to knot mine twice so it stays secure. And then we're just going to pick up the green, pick up the blue and leave in the green. We're going to do a chain of two. 1, 2. And as before, that chain of two works that first stitch. So we're in on that second one, using the blue colour. And we're going to double crochet our way along this line. So you can see we're getting a nice blue sky above the green grass. So we're just going to keep going, doing double crochets all the way along the line, and then a chain of two at the end of the line to turn your work. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of blue double crochet. So I'll see you after you've done 7 rows of blue double crochet. Don't forget your turning chain at the end of 2. Once you've done your rows of double crochet, we're ready to put our mushroom onto our square. So in a true Blue Peter style, here's one I made earlier. The base of the mushroom and the top of the mushroom. So we're going to sew these to our crochet canvas with a nice big-eyed needle. So if we sew our stumpy bit first, using the ends of the crochet, just pop it through your wide-eyed needle. Mine don't want to come through. There we go. Position it where you want it on your square. And sew it on. Just around the edges will be fine. It will secure it, hold it in place. And with the other bit of yarn, I'm going to go down there and secure it. So we're just sewing all the way down our little mushroom stump with the cream yarn. And just secure your ends by weaving them in at the back. Nobody's going to be looking at the back of our work. Now we're going to secure the top of our mushroom. So we're going to use a little bit of these tails. Hold it in place and sew. bring that little tail to the back because it's not really long enough to use. And then get some more mushroom coloured yarn. Pop it on your hook. Not on your hook, your sewing needle. And then continue to sew all the way around the outside of your mushroom so it's stuck to the back. Green and blue background. And then when that's done, we're going to take some of the same cream that we did the base with, and we're going to thread that into our sewing needle. And because this is a bit thinner than the other yarn, I'm going to use it double width. But if you've got a nice chunky one, you don't need to. It's just that we want the spots to stand out a little bit. So I'm just going to knot that together. Coming in from the back of the work, I'm going to pop some random spots on our mushroom. So just coming in and out at different places around. And you can have your mushroom as spotty or as dotty as you like. I've got quite a few spots on this one. So I shall continue adding spots until I think, yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah, I quite like that. Maybe one more down here. Okay, one more. Up here. That's it. And then we have our mushroom square. So we're just going to sew in the ends, and there's our square complete. So I hope you've enjoyed making this mushroom square today with me. And it's going to be part of our confidence Cardi, our crochet along. If you've liked this video, it'd be great if you could hit the like button, subscribe and share with all your friends so they can join in with the wonderful crochet along confidence Cardi. And I'll see you next time.